Yo, 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 Big Kitch back up in here. Fans are upset and they are letting it all hang out. Did I say that right? They letting it all hang out. Anyway, yo, Drake is getting destroyed online. I'm telling you. It be days I'd be like, bro, I ain't even talking about Drake messing. I get on the internet. Next thing you know, he did some dumb shit. And it never fails. We about to get into this TikTok collage, man. I got another one. I told you I don't go nowhere. I'm hitting you back to back. No pun intended. But yeah, man, they are destroying Drake on TikTok, on X, everywhere. They don't do it on Instagram. I don't know. Them niggas too fancy on Instagram. They don't be talking about it. But yeah, we about to get into this. Before we get into that, y'all make sure y'all pick y'all up a copy of Street Dad, Geek Dad, Avoiding the Manufactured Mindset, written by me, Big Kitch. The link will be in the description for purchase. Appreciate everybody been supporting the book, supporting the channel. Y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
Kojo, you can't be on Family Matters. Your name can't be on Family Matters, brother. And then you end up in the news for a subpoena not being able to be served to you, right? So if you don't know what's going on.
Let me see. Court sides with Drake to serve key witnesses in UMG Not Like Us lawsuit. Man, this is crazy.
I'll give you a breakdown. I'll pine a little bit. Well, it has to do with Drake's litigation, okay? So hold on your feelings about that. Just 1 second. If you remember on Family Matters, Drake has said, Anthony set up the plays. Kojo will be charging you double for none, right? And the idea is that Kojo Asamoah, I should know that. It's an African name. I should know that. He, I believe, is over there at Interscope, which is under UMG. And basically, a judge authorized Drake to
So Kojo is a real guy. He said he's at Interscope.
Serve an elusive, Drake and his team to serve an elusive key witness accused of using bot tactics in a defamation lawsuit. Now, an update on this is an alternative method was used, okay? An alternative means was used, and it looks like Kojo was actually served that subpoena. And the idea is that Drake and his team believe Kojo Asamoah was involved in directing payments and or financial incentives from UMG to third parties involved. I want to let you guys know, that's why I told you to hold your thoughts, lawsuit and all that stuff, is that when it comes to legal things like this, very sensitive. This doesn't mean anybody's guilty, innocent. It's just developments in a case. And I have been limited in getting, talking too much about these things because I just would rather get a conclusion, right? But I thought this one was interesting because the optics, and I don't blame Owls for being galvanized. Like, listen, Kojo's hiding things, he's ducking. You got to see how it plays. What I also found interesting is that I'm not shocked that not only with that news and also Kojo eventually being served, that Drake had a series of posts on his Instagram today, slides, I should say. One of them is this with Pinocchio holding this sort of, I guess, gem or something like that. The point is, I do find it interesting that he would post this knowing that that news would come out today, and or maybe it's just by coinkydink, right? Another thing some Drake fans have mentioned is they noticed that this, I guess, ice cream truck was seen.
Look, Drake, man, we sick of all your little hints and shit. This shit is corny, bro. This is why you're in the predicament that you in now. Instead of you putting your pen to your pad and you writing down some lyrics to get at, do whatever you could do to try your best, which we know you ain't gonna win. You rather sit up there and be in mirrors, posting cartoons. Pinocchio, oh, his nose is big like Pinocchio, ice cream trucks, ice machines, you measuring blocks of ice. Bro, just rap, bruh. You over here with Central C, talking like you Jamaican, acting like you from the UK, doing all this Tootsie bullshit, this Tootsie slides and stuff. Bro, just rap. Just rap. That's all you had to do.
Driving around where Drake is located right now is doing his international tour and with a camera at the top. And those words right there is translated to mean Iceman. So that would be Iceman in Dutch, right? Okay, you get the gist of all of this. So here we are, right? So the idea is on one hand, Drake's got his Iceman rollout thing. He's doing a tour. He's got new music coming out. Episode 1 and 2, he's teased some stuff about these big reveals and, trying to let you know what's going on in sort of the behind the scenes with his case and what he thinks really happened and the coordination that happened to take him down during the battle, right? So we have that. On the other hand, I got the audience. Some of you are our fans, some of you are our haters, some of you, and we kind of know what the reality is and what the truth is on certain things. And we're watching things play out. So for me, I'm going to be on a stance. I've told you guys, right? Like, when you talk about like hip hop commentators and and culture and knowing what's right or wrong and things like that, is I kind of see what I see, like what's in front of me, but I'm very willing to let it play out while doing my best to not, shuck and jive for the billionaire company. But I do think at some point, with Drake, I kind of want to know, like, hey, dog, you in litigation or you doing music with him? Which one is it? But this kind of development, I think, definitely makes sense to why, some people think.
He cheddar bobbed himself, man. He cheddar bobbed himself. There's no way he coming back from this. This is so big in the hip hop community. There's no way you could come back and like. There's no punchlines. There's no metaphors. You could get Timberland. You could get Swiss Beats. You could get any producer you want. When your voice is attached to that beat, it's done. You're done.
I think it speaks to some of the things that Drake is saying. I think it gives it some validation. So the reality, though, is that you should let it play out. You should let it play out. That's what I'm feeling to do. And then when it's...
He remind me of Mos Def so much. I don't know why. Y'all agree or am I bugging? We tripping or we done?
all said and done, I cannot wait to be able to, talk about it in totality and then really also talk about what it means for the music business going forward and both gentlemen's careers.
From the moment that Drake lost his rap...
Yeah, he letting you know he's just being neutral right now.
And really also talk about what it means for the music business going forward and both gentlemen's careers.
From the moment that Drake lost his rap battle with Kendrick, he's been showing more and more about how so not the culture he is.
Mm-hmm.
In part of his new, legal pursuit against UMG and Kendrick, clearly Kendrick, because a lot of you kept saying is UMG, Drake is asking the courts to, force UMG to provide documentations pertaining to, Dave Free, who is Kendrick's, longtime collaborative manager, creative director, all the sort of things.
Man, Drake is behind the scenes, borrowing money from Aiden Ross and other streamers. That's why he's trying to link up with them, with those streamers, bro. He borrowing money from them. He borrowing money. You going up against Kendrick. Kendrick done so what? Man, them GNX shows and put a lot of money in Kendrick's pocket, boy. I'm telling you, Drake up there borrowing money. I don't care what nobody's. He borrowing money.
Relationship between Kendrick and his children, in essence, is asking the courts to force them to take a paternity test to prove whose children that is. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. How you bringing children into a lawsuit because you lost a rap beef? A rap beef, mind you, that you ensued. Drop. And now you're forcing the courts to provide paternity tests of whose kids that is. This is who you people are championing. This is who you people are championing as, the king of rap. The rap industry is nothing without Drake on top. Look at this antic. Look at his behavior. In all the documents, he also asked for communication to prove that Pusha T was censored. In other words, if you censored Pusha T, why didn't you censor Kendrick when he was going at me? This lawsuit is just a clear indication of how low Drake will stoop to find a win in anything. He lost the rap beef and he said, I'm going to try.
He said, this show you how low he going to stoop. I'm telling you, this is Drake's way of doing a round two. He like, I don't even care if I can't beat you in rapping. I'm going to try to beat you in this courtroom. I'm telling you, bro, he don't look at it as we got to be rapping because we rappers. Nah, he looking at it, a win is a win. That's how he looking at it.
A win in courts, no matter how dirty and low I look. This is just shameful.
Yeah,
This is shameful.
So Drake is now asking about Kendrick Lamar's kids in his lawsuit. Y'all, we already know that Drake has the big UMG lawsuit going on. And if you want to go against the machine, then go against the machine. But everybody was making it a point to say he was not going against Kendrick Lamar and he was not turning this rap beef into a lawsuit. However, after today, you cannot say the same. So he is now requesting for information from January 1st, 2014 up until now of any communications or allegations of Kendrick Lamar in a DV situation, any violence against women, and not just women, any violence or allegations of violence, period, from Kendrick Lamar. To me, that is some police ass shit. Now, to make matters worse,
he's saying he's just looking for some violent acts from Kendrick Lamar, period. Besides that, he's just looking for anything that he did. Why? This is crazy, bro.
he is requesting all information from January 2019 up until now on the relationship between Dave Free and Kendrick Lamar. He's also requesting the relationship between Dave Free and Kendrick Lamar's children. You know, Drake was trying to put out that Dave Free was actually one of those kids' father and it was not Kendrick Lamar. Y'all, I feel like this is just going a little bit too far, because what does this have to do with the music and the bots and all the other stuff that they were saying at first? Now, Pusha T is also mentioning this in the story of...
Dang. Remember, he got people out from Cali trying to pay people Bitcoin, promising bank transactions and even Bitcoin. You promising bank transactions and even just to get some dirt. He couldn't get no dirt on Kendrick. So he said, I'm going to go to court and get some dirt on him.
Adidon, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. They mentioned that all communications regarding that song. They also want to know who was involved with the whole Not Like Us video, the owl scene, the hopscotch scene, the storage containers, and basically the lyrics of the song all together. Y'all, this is getting way more messier than I even thought it would. Soon as I have some more information, I'll let y'all know.
I usually mind my business, y'all, but Drake stands trying to spin this lawsuit like he didn't sue because he lost the rap beef.
Right.
This latest request from the judge proves that Drake is not a martyr. Drake don't give a fuck about the labels using the artists. He don't care about, labels be doing underhanded tact. This shit ain't about none of that.
Yeah, I remember they was like, yeah, Drake is doing this to protect younger artists. He's fighting the system. Get out of here, man.
His latest request just proves he's bad. He got spanked. That is literally it. He got spanked. Point blank, period. Like, right. I don't understand how y'all keep trying to make this shit out to be like Drake some kind of martyr, bro. Like, nigga, how you requesting all documents or all communication between Dave Free and Kendrick Lamar from 2019? Nigga, the rap beef was in 2024. So you want 6 years of communication between Kendrick and Dave Free. What the fuck does that have to do with you losing the rap beef?
Fact.
Like, what the fuck does that have to do with UMG underhanding Drake, allegedly? Which he...
Just by us having this conversation, this is dangerous, bro. For the judge not to already have dismissed this is dangerous. The judge by now know what the hell is going on. And for him to continue with it, this is dangerous. He should have been dismissed all of this shit.
Which they didn't. Drake was just fucking cocky and went into the rap beef thinking that he was going to push Kendrick away like he was nothing. And it didn't turn out how he wanted. So now he's in court suing like a bitch. Nothing y'all can say to me will prove that Drake actually cares about other artists getting used by labels and this, that, and the other. He don't give a fuck. He don't give a goddamn fuck. And y'all keep trying to make it like Drake some fucking victim. Nah, buddy. You begged that man to drop, and then when he dropped, you lost the beef. And now you suing, trying to pretend that you unbothered by it. Trying to pretend. Like, bro, we seen them throwing shit at you on the stage. That ain't never happened before. The people really genuinely don't fuck with you no more, and you can't accept the fact that you lost. Go home, Roger. Tired of your ass. The fuck?
Drake has lost his mind, bruh.
Shout out Jalopy, man. She said, go home, Roger.
This dude just got Kendrick's kids involved in this lawsuit, bruh. He wants all the information between Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free from 2019 till now, including the relationship with Kendrick Lamar's children, bruh. Are you serious? And that's not even counting the fact that he wants to see Kendrick Lamar's entire contract after pretending he knew about the contract and push-ups. And he also wants to see content creator DMs. Like, what is going on here, bro? This dude been putting out single after single after single since the battle happened and cannot get anything to land. So what is he doing now? Crashing out. Trying to make sure that this experience is
He said he want to see content creator DMs. God,
the worst thing that Kendrick Lamar has been through in his career, trying to make sure that everybody is uncomfortable, all because he lost the battle. And y'all be on here crying when people get on Drake or when I get on Drake, but he doing shit like this.
Yep.
Y'all crazy, bro.
Yep.
Drake is getting extra petty. He just released an affidavit from the lawsuit where he is requesting DNA tests from Kendrick Lamar's son, as well as introducing an assault and battery from something that allegedly took place between, I guess, him and his wife. He want this introduced as evidence inside of the lawsuit that he got against UMC. So I'm just like this. This is a new level of petty. Drake is really hurt. Kendrick really destroyed him back to back.
Drake is facing backlash on the internet because his attorneys asked for proof to show that Kendrick has put hands on his wife in the past and that his kid does not belong to him. Don't scroll, let me explain. You see, UMG accidentally opened up a can of worms when they stated that when Drake and Kendrick were going back and forth, the statements they made on each other weren't made to be taken literally. That basically gave Drake's attorneys the room to say, nah, Drake was saying facts and we about to prove it. Give us the cases of Kendrick putting hands on his wife and the documentation that you may have of Kendrick's son not being his. To make it fair, Drake is even offering up his whole criminal history as well. But if UMG cannot provide this information, Drake...
He ain't got no damn criminal history. He ain't, man. He never got his hands dirty, man. Walk around, man. He ain't never had no dirt up under his nails, man.
And his attorney will have to ask the court to provide the case of when Kendrick allegedly was putting hands on his wife. Let's not forget, the reason Drake is suing is because he's saying that UMG was secretly botting Kendrick's music in order to promote that Drake was a pet so that his image would be messed up, his value would plummet, and they wouldn't have to cash out that big millions of dollar contract that they were supposed to give him. They're also trying to call the CEO to the stand and demand documentation and proof that they were contacting Spotify to tell them to buy Kendrick's song Not Like Us. Regardless, what do you guys think about all this? I'm just reporting the news. I know y'all finna cry in my comments.
Drake just turned up the heat in his lawsuit against UMG, and the internet is on fire. In new filings over K-Dot's Not Like Us, Drake's team is asking UMG for tons of legal documents. We're talking docs relating to alleged domestic violence tied to Kendrick, info on Dave Free, and even additional info on Dave's relationship with Kendrick's kids. I mean, legally, it's clear this is a strategy, but what's the bigger play? Remember, Drake rapped that he heard one of Kendrick's kids might be Dave Free's and accused Kendrick of trying to cover up putting hands on his queen. So this and even additional info on Dave's relationship with Kendrick's kids. I mean, legally, it's clear this is a strategy, but what's the bigger play? Remember, Drake rapped that he heard one of Kendrick's kids might be Dave Free.
Look at them ears, man. His ears is little as hell, bro. His ears is little. That no.
And accused Kendrick of trying to cover up putting hands on his queen. So this could be Drake just making sure he's protected if UMG tries to say that he was defaming Kendrick. As always, fans are split on this issue. One user posted, putting Kendrick's kids in this lawsuit is disgusting, man. Another user pointed out that Drake also told UMG to pull his own background. Someone else said Drake is actively trying to ruin hip hop as we know it. Lawsuits over diss tracks should be an immediate ban from the culture. I don't care. So what's your take? Do you feel like Drake is doing too much, or are these moves necessary?
Hell no, they ain't necessary. This is crazy, bro. I can't even believe the judge is still entertaining this. Why? Why is this even a thing? Why is this in discussion, bro? He ain't doing nothing but stepping on his own career. you messing up yourself at this point. You messing up your own career. You like, yeah, I don't even want this career no more. I don't know. People gonna come support you at your shows and all of that. You need to stay doing that. The people that come to your shows and want to borrow a couple dollars from you and all that, keep doing that, bro. Stay, just go. Bye. Like old girl said, go home, Roger. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this nonsense, man. Big Kitch signing out. I'm going, y'all.